Welcome to the Ubuntu Room, where we talk all things personal empowerment, all things spiritual development, and everything in between. A place where we recognize that the power is in our hands to create the lives that we desire, and that everything we seek is actually within us. So whether you're peeking around the corner with curiosity, or you're sitting in the thick of it with your own spiritual development, I have a feeling there's something here for you. So grab your notebooks, people, and let's get to it. Hi, my name is Dana Sardano, and this is the Ubuntu Room. I am so glad you're here. Thank you for joining me. For those of you who are new to who I am and what I do, the Ubuntu Room is a place where we talk all things personal empowerment, all things spiritual development, and everything that falls in between. It's where we recognize that the power is in our hands to create the lives that we desire. And that personal empowerment and spiritual development are actually very much intertwined, with each of us on our own journey of self-discovery, falling somewhere on that spectrum. It's my hope that by having these conversations, maybe I meet you where you fall, and perhaps we travel together. So for those of you who've been following along, we've been talking a lot about our guidance. I call it our personal GPS, about how our beliefs shape our reality and understanding our emotional guidance and our physical guidance. And I touched on, in one of my episodes, the chakra system. And then I let it sit because it needs some time, it needs some attention. And today, I really want to focus on it. So if you have not yet, please grab your notebooks. So, here is why the chakra system is important. Our chakras are the 7 energy centers within our bodies. Now, everything is energy. And if you subscribe to that and you understand that everything is energy, then we are connected. Our energy centers are connected to that energy. And also, if you subscribe to a greater energetic force, a creative force, God, if you will, or maybe you call it the universe, or you call it Hashem, or you call it Allah, whatever it is you call it, you likely subscribe to a powerful, creative being that has created us. But if we're all energy, we are all fractals or connected to that creative force. So our energy centers, our chakras, when they are running and spiraling smoothly, then we are of that divinity and we are receiving the most powerful creative energy so we can create our lives. But when our chakras are stunted or clogged or bogged down with the trials and tribulations of life, then we don't realize our truest potential. And that's why I like to talk about the chakras. That's why I get all excited. I'm about to sit up and get real close to the camera. But that's why I talk about this, because when we understand how to navigate our energy centers, when we understand the aspects of self, of ourselves, that correspond with the different energy centers, and what they look like when they're balanced, and what they look like when they're out of balance, and how to bring them back into balance, the lives that we create are beyond your comprehension. So that's my why. That's why we're talking chakras. That's why it's important, because you know yourself, know thyself, and you will know freedom. With that said, I'm going to go through the chakras from the rooter to the tutor, I like to say, but from the root chakra to the crown chakra, to give you a better understanding of what each of them does and how it does it, and to recognize maybe your own imbalances so you can bring them back into balance. And again, I can't stress enough, grab your notebook, because if this resonates with you at all, this takes the work of self-discovery. And it's kind of like paint by numbers. It makes it a little bit easier. You know what I'm saying? So with that said, let's talk root chakra.